Hey Aquarius, and welcome to your May reading. I have to put my mic down in order to shuffle, so in a second I will put the mic down and shuffle and do your layout. And then I'll pick up the mic so you can hear me properly, because when it's not right next to my mouth you can't hear me, and I don't have a full setup yet at the moment. So we're just improvising with our surroundings. So let me jump right in and start shuffling for you, and I'll begin your reading. I'm recording. What's up? Just while I'm doing these last two cards, what's up?
I just remembered those two high, those like glass
Bear with me a second.
and
Yes, you can use one of those.
yeah,
Can I
and,
please,
I
for
saw
recording?
that they were out still.
Yes, we still have some of those. We can have them. If you have any questions when I've finished, I'll let you know when I'm done, so you can chat. Sorry guys, kids are home from school. I've just got back, so we have to multitask. Multitasking mama. Okay, Aquarius. So we start off. It's kind of conflicting cards. Actually, it's not. We have blossoming abundance and deceit, but in reverse, the deceit. So don't get all panicky. I feel as though actually with the deceit in reverse, it's saying that any deceptive behaviors and wrong feelings. And actually, as I'm saying this, I feel as though you might feel as though kind of like in a space where the world has been against you. Like that to me is a past position. It feels as though that's where it's been. And it's now coming behind you and things are starting to blossom. Things are coming to you now. Things are falling into place. I'm loving that for you, Aquarius. I do feel like I've felt like I've been kind of picking on you for a while. Like, come on, sort yourself out. What's happening? And I'm finally loving to see this. I'm loving to see that the harder times are now behind you and you're moving into a much more blossoming area. With that can come like this level of grief. So I want you to be aware of your emotions. Because even when we go through anything that is tough, we come out on this other side, and like the relief of it and this coming into a space where you don't have to be in fight and flight all the time can bring over it some, like, stir up all your emotions because you're actually able to feel something other than panic and concern. Or even sometimes we can feel a little bit uncomfortable in the good things because we're so used to living in the bad things. So give yourself breathing space for this. Don't overthink things. Next we have the thinking man in reverse. So I'd say definitely don't overthink things. Don't allow your brain to go into that overthinking in negative thought patterns. We have the angel of love here in reverse as well. So definitely a period of time where try not to allow the negatives to kind of taint this. Remember, you're in this blossoming abundance. That means abundance is blossoming. It's starting to blossom. That means it's starting to really come into fruition, starting to come into your acknowledgement, right? So if you're just at the beginning of the book, you don't give up and not read until the end. You start it sounds good, things are starting to get good, so you get that momentum. I want you to stay with the momentum of the good is what I feel here, because it does feel as though things are starting to improve, and excitement. So just be wary of your thought processes. Remember when I said about the grief, this is what I'm feeling. It's just kind of like once we overcome something major or even little things, other things come into our awareness, and it is normal and natural to overthink things, especially for if you're someone like me. I'm constantly thinking. My mind is running a million miles an hour. So when someone says don't overthink things, I'm like, that's my thing. That's what I do. That's how I notice things and observes, and I get that, but it's about making sure that we're not overthinking things, that it's on an unhealthy pattern. We can help to filter out the negative so that the majority is positive, especially if we're starting to see improvement in areas. If you're improving even in one area, that's a really clear sign that the rest can follow. We just have to give ourselves a little bit of self-love. I do think in terms of romance and relationships, maybe some are fizzling out, because I kind of get this fizzle as I was just about to talk about relationships. It's like maybe some's fizzling. So be conscious of that. I will see what else, where that leads us down here. But really I feel the focus right now is supposed to be on you and not necessarily in terms of relationship, unless you're in a relationship that doesn't align with who you are. I feel like, yes, you should be focusing on either acknowledging that and doing something about it, or working on fixing and mending a relationship with your partner. If it's more so, this is what you want. It's not just what you want out of fight and flight response, because it's scary on the other side of it. It's what you want literally naturally because you love the person you're with. If you don't, then I honestly think at this day and age, I know, like, I'm just getting older and I'm at that point, like, why are we wasting our time on long relationships that for half the time we realize that it died 5 years ago? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just at this point, like, if it's not working, stop trying to make something work unless the love is still there. And you know, it's different for everybody. Everybody's different people. But I just think if it's not working and you're just scared of being alone, or for the majority your mindset is very negative, then I do think you should be realizing that it's better for both of you to not be stuck in that situation just for a little bit longer until it eventually comes to a head because the other person was more braver than you were in this moment, which I think a lot of us naturally do because it's scary. But this is the time to do and push yourself past those boundaries. But I don't necessarily feel that. I just feel like your focus is supposed to be on you during this time and things that align with your desires in life. Next we have Frigga in reverse. Frigga is readiness, bounty, and plenty, and she was reversed, which means pay attention with these decks. Now she gives me harvesting kind of vibe. She's all autumnal colours. Her hair is similar to mine, actually, matchy. And she has a crown of kind of flowers that are autumn flowers. They are now, like, the leaves are drying all around her. I think it's a time to realise that where you have been has served you. You know, you got everything you could. I feel like to the point where you've bled it dry. There's nothing else there where you were. It's now to start this next chapter. Coming from a fresh perspective, now this card is readiness. You're ready for this. It's bountiful and plenty. And I feel like actually it's saying that there's plenty for you and it's coming for you. It's ahead. Again, we're blossoming. It's blossoming. And there's plenty ahead of you. So keep that in mind with Frigga. And we have the golden unicorn. Now I love the golden unicorn. Again, notice the red hair. Red hair is a sign of confidence, of kind of, it's like a nudge in the right direction. It's actually a good look symbol. I chose to have red hair initially because I was going through things like legal procedures and things. And as I looked at color therapy, this was the color that helps you to overcome things, that helps you to kind of win, be a winner. And I feel like this is exactly it. It's your golden ticket towards you. Like, I feel like as a confidence boost, you have this kind of charm with you. What that is, I don't know, but individual basis. I just feel like the key words with this is protector, guardian, and champion. I feel like you have somebody, or even a lifeline is what I want to say, something that has helped pull you from maybe a tricky situation that felt like it was final, where you felt like it came to a head, and then there's this lifeline. This is like a spark, and I feel like that is helping you during this time to again help with that forward motion, moving forward and moving on towards this better time. And I keep saying better time because I just feel like we're moving from the harsher times to better times. She who laughs, humor, perspective, and mirth, which is a really, really good position to have here. Again, it's about realizing, it's about a mindset. a perspective, right? I started this year saying this is the year of perspective, and it certainly is. And I think we're being pushed all over the place to change our perspectives of our own lives, to really analyze and think, hang on, I'm a little bit too critical of this, or I'm very sensitive to that. So we're able to change and shift our perception of where we are, where we want to go, but also a better understanding of other people through our own experiences. But I do think like everybody's at a different rate with this. So there's going to be people that are really struggling at this moment. And it could be you, it could be people around you, but it's like they're really struggling. And so that in effect can mean that, again, you are getting criticism that might impact you to overthink or to feel low in yourself. The thing is, like, we have to realize that nobody has that power to do that without our acceptance of allowing that in, you know, us believing what they're saying, that kind of thing. So this card, She Who Laughs, is saying, it's kind of see things from a lighter side. Have that kind of seeing that those people are not coming from a horrible, evil place. It's easy to see people who are calling those names as evil. However, when we watch TV where they tell stories about bullies and things, and then that becomes the villain, but then you hear the villain, you listen to the villain story, and you know they have a lot of tough shit going on at home, their parents separated, whatever, if it's adults or children, but usually there's a reason why they were that person, why they did the mean things that they do. And I think looking at things from that perspective is realizing that that's their life, it's not yours, and just not allowing that to enter your space, but also just laughing like, okay, you're trying to impact my life, like you haven't got it good. I empathize with that, but I'm not allowing this in my space. That's where I feel like I want you to be at, Aquarius, because I feel as though you have in the past allowed the opinions of others to maybe prevent you from doing certain things a certain way, or even just impact you and your body image or how you see yourself. And that needs to change for your better, that perspective. Next we have Victory in Reverse. I definitely feel this torment of like, you're doing good, but you're still like, is it too good to be true? But I do think maybe there could be a halt. We are in Mercury in retrograde, currently coming into May, which again, I do feel like this Mercury retrograde does differ from previous ones in the sense of, I feel like there should not be avoidance of anything during this time. I actually feel like the astrology and energy, they're very noisy, that we're working with at the moment is actually pushing us to do things, to commit to things, to sign contracts. But again, as long as we're being aware, making sure we're reading it through, get someone else to read it, so we are making the right choices and not impulsive and not, missing something. I feel like that is important during this time. However, for you, I do feel like because of the way your mindset's like not believing things are going good, if that's you, obviously this is me giving you some pre-advice before it's happening, so you got guidance on the energies you're working with, which means you can change it anyway because you're going to start being productive and make the choices that are good for you and get rid of all the noisy naysayers in your life. But yeah, be prepared for wins but also losses, and remember that losses are not failures, they are opportunities. We have first chakra Archangel Michael. It's Mikey. Now, Michael is like a brother kind of energy. This is really good to have here because it's like saying, oh, there's potential for failure, but we have, this is strong roots. This is being grounded. This is security. This is what we find as our true deep values and fundamentals in our root chakra, right? I mean, look at his sexy little bod right there. He's a protector. He's protecting you through this. So I'm definitely saying see the opportunities that are coming to you this month because they're there. You do have storm warning. So, sorry, Siri is now talking to us. So I do feel there's that cautionary here that things might not be going the way you are, but you are solid in this. This is in the center of the Victory in Reverse and storm warning. It's saying, hey, there's a bit of a storm coming, but don't worry. Stand firm. Stay in your values. Stay true to who you are. And again, keep your boundaries. Get rid of the naysayers who are planting those toxic seeds. Yes, interesting. So next we have Freya. So you have Frigga and Freya as well, which them two together is a really great pairing. Um, he is abundance, peace, and commitment. So again, you've got this abundance coming through. It's saying, stay strong, keep going, because you are attracting this, you are manifesting. And again, I just feel like when we are getting the good stuff, it comes with the shedding our skin of the old. And I feel like you're in that, because I feel like you've opened the doors and you are just taking off your clothes that are all muddy and wet from being outside in the storm, and you're going to be putting on your nice you're going to jump in the shower, so you're still wet. You're getting clean right now, so as you're getting clean and washing off all the dirty, you're preparing yourself to put on those nice warm snuggly PJs and yummy foods, right? And that's the place that you want to be in that contentment, that warmth, that luxury. And this is what I see here is what you're achieving. You get that contentment. You're definitely growing a lot around you. I do think that you need to realize that actually you have a whole lot already. So when you're feeling lack, when those mindset comes in of lack and worries and concerns, remember that worries and concerns, worries and fears are made up. These are things that we create in ourselves that in a way are just walls that prevent us from moving, or that can make whatever we're doing harder. So keep that in mind. Because you're actually growing a whole lot around you, and it's really blooming and it is blossoming. So have a little look and have an inventory. Have a look at, I don't know, take inventory. Sorry, Aquarius. I'm just getting from walking the kids home from school. So take inventory and have a look at what you have already in your life. Sure, you might have bigger goals and aspirations. You're working towards them. But be grateful for where you are. Look at what you've overcome. Look at how scary it was maybe a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago. Is that still as strong as it was before? No, I don't think it is. And that there is enough to celebrate and feel victorious over. Next we have oath, promise, pledge, and contract. So it's definitely a sign of contracting. This is towards the end of your reading. So I would say maybe after Mercury retrograde is more of a better time if you can prevent it and hold off to sign. Then I do feel like it's towards the end of your reading. It's indicating towards the end of May maybe. However, if it does occur, like I said, it is the time to be taking safe risks. So get signing something if it needs signing. Get this movement going. It's movement. We want movement. With her comes an innocence. It's like committing to something. And again, it's having faith on what you're committing to. You might not know what the future holds for you, but that's kind of exciting, because when we do know things are solid, while it might seem exciting at the beginning, it's like by the time you get to it, you knew it was coming. There was no journey. There was just wait. When there's no wait, you enjoy the journey, because it's kind of, you have to work hard to get to where you're going, right? And this is what I feel with this. It's like you might be feeling naive in this, like it's out of your comfort zone. But again, the astrology that we're working with, if it's out of your comfort zone, it's exactly what you should be doing. And we have the Mabon, shining hope future. This basically says, look ahead, because all the good stuff's there, and have faith that you're going to receive all that you desire. So have faith, Aquarius. I definitely feel like this whole reading is basically just saying that like things are going good. Now let's make sure that we don't allow the negative to just crowd our brains, because things are going good and we're going to get there. So I hope that makes sense to you, Aquarius. Thank you so much for being here. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to do a little bit of groveling, but it's my birthday. So if you want to gift me a subscribe, please click that subscribe button below. Thank you, guys. Thank you.